Express Dispatch Dispatch Manager. The Dispatch Manager is the heart of the express dispatching system. It organizes all freight, booked and in progress, and provides access to tools and features that organize, plan, and execute dispatching processes. Features accessed via the Dispatch Manager are specific to your line of business, meaning the features available for managing truckload freight are different than those for managing LTL or intermodal freight. This video tutorial will introduce you to the Dispatch Manager and provide an overview of its general design and behavior. Let's get started. The Dispatch Manager can be viewed in a variety of ways and is highly customizable. This is a default view. Booked loads are displayed in the top grid, and route loads are displayed in the bottom grid. This view is configured for a truckload carrier. This view is configured for an LTL carrier. This view is configured for an intermodal carrier. And this view is configured for a carrier setup for all three lines of business. We will use the truckload view for this tutorial. Looking at the top of the screen, toolbar filters modify screen contents by office, load class, load type, team, and date range. Columns can be sorted by clicking on column headers. And grid filter bars sort by specific text. Grids can be grouped on any column. Click here to turn on the grouping feature. Drag columns to the group panel and the grid will group the data. To remove groupings, drag the column back to the grid or click the group button again. Now let's look at customizing the screen using the tool strip buttons. Click here to change the screen view so that there is just one grid divided by status. Click again to return to split screen view. Click here to embed the fleet tracker grid displaying units, drivers, trucks, and trailers. When Fleet Tracker is embedded, loads can be dispatched by dragging the load onto a unit. For companies performing intermodal dispatches, the Equipment View button is visible. Click to embed your container, chassis, and van inventory. The Dispatch Manager can be customized by creating custom filters. Click to select an existing custom filter, and your display will update. Or click here to build a new custom filter. Select the columns to display and the column order, and select from several criteria. Make the filter available for one user or for all offices. Check here to set the filter as your default when the Dispatch Manager opens, and check here to make the filter available to other users. Save it, and your filter will display in this list. Now let's look at how load records are displayed in the Dispatch Manager. Loads and trips are ordered by date and time, oldest at the top, so the load that dispatch personnel see first are always the loads that require their attention the most. Double-click on any row to open the load record. The available loads grid is color-coded. When late for pickup, the load number will highlight in red, likewise for loads that are late for delivery. Dark orange indicates the load is within 1 hour of pickup or delivery. Medium orange indicates the load is 1 to 2 hours out from pickup or delivery. Light orange indicates the load is 2 to 8 hours out from pickup or delivery. When an entire row is highlighted in yellow, the load status is dropped, meaning the load has been picked up by a driver or carrier and dropped in transit at some location other than the final consignee. When highlighted in light gray, the load is in possible status, meaning the load may or may not actually be available and has not actually been booked. These loads cannot be dispatched until they have been removed from possible status. When highlighted in a dark gray, the load is in a pending status. These loads are booked but have not been released for dispatching. Pending loads can only be viewed by the dispatch system user that booked the load or that placed the load into pending status. That user controls the load. Other system users will not be able to view, access, or dispatch the load until it is released by the user controlling the load. And highlighted in blue are loads which are reserved for a driver or carrier but have not been dispatched. Right-click on any grid to access specific features for dispatching and updating loads and trips. While many of these right-click features are specific to each grid, some features are common to all, such as sorting, filtering, printing, and enlarging grids. This concludes the tutorial on the Express Dispatch Dispatch Manager. Thanks for watching.